All right. It's been a minute, y'all. And I'm sorry. You know, I remember in one of my videos, I think it was the second listen to me talk, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hit that million subscribers on YouTube. I'm gonna post all the time. And I sucked. I fucked up and I wasn't posting. And I haven't posted in almost 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks, fam. And I not that I failed, but I lost sight of my goal, which is because I had sights on other things as well. And I think it's important to learn that it's okay to fuck up sometimes, to lose sight of the big goal, the bigger picture, and all that stuff. Because for me, okay, so for what had happened was, um, I was posting regularly on YouTube, just random shit. And then I remember for me personally, I kind of want to practice for at least the next month or two, just talking and just being able to be on the spot and come up with things to say and be creative and work on my storytelling and my writing. And I got to a point where, I mean, it wasn't even that many videos, but like maybe like a YouTube video or two where I limited myself to a certain topic. And I'm pretty sure you can even see genuinely how that felt listening to, if you guys listen to them, compared to my other videos where it just didn't feel as natural. It wasn't as flowing. And I'm glad that I caught it early, that I was able to, realize it, accept it, and change. You know what I mean? I feel like that's really how life is. It's just like you're always relearning how to do things. You're always reteaching yourself. Like you will mess up and you will make mistakes, and you're gonna tell yourself that you won't do something anymore. You're gonna do this, and then you're gonna mess up. But as long as you understand and sorry, I had to check if it was recording. As long as you understand and if you can relearn it and work on it and make sure it doesn't happen again, good for you, because you're gonna mess up something a bunch of times, and it's gonna take practice. Like everything is a skill. It really opened my eyes when I heard someone say that everything is pretty much a skill, and you just got to put in the reps. It doesn't matter what it is. Confidence is a skill. Putting in the reps of what makes somebody confident. Physical. You're putting in the reps at the gym. You're practicing your posture. You're practicing the way you project your voice. You're practicing your aura. You're practicing the way you present yourself. It's all a skill. Everything is a skill at the end of the day. It's almost like some kind of video game shit where you got all these skill points and you're placing them into something. And now you can't do everything. You can't you can't max out every little skill tree, but you got to focus on the ones that you do want to prioritize, I guess, and put your skill points and invest your skills in there and practice and repetition. And for me right now, I'm not my big goal, obviously, I just want to build a community. And I want to be able to, not that I'm not happy with where I am, but I want to feel more fulfilled, and I want to be able to, like, I do this full time, but I mean like in a sense of where I don't got to worry about things anymore. I don't got to worry about money as much and worry about whether I will stay relevant for the next couple of years or whatever. I just want to feel security, pretty much, financial security, career security, and just security in my life. And I know it's a tough road, and sometimes like we'll never feel like genuinely secure, but I feel like I'm getting there where I'm feeling more secure with myself and my decisions. My ability to think for myself is a little bit more secure. I feel like before my decisions were easily swayed, like that horde mentality of where a lot of people think a certain way, and you think that's the right way of thinking, and so you change yourself to think that way, but you really didn't really think that way in the first place, and you're just kind of doubting yourself because all these other people are saying one thing that you don't really believe in. And I think it's important to stand on business like that, because being able to stand your ground and stand in what you believe in is what's going to make you such a powerful being and a confident and secure person. Because if you're able to not be easily influenced and just stick to your gut, stick to your ground, stand your ground, and just be you, that's going to make you so unique and just so much more powerful and genuine as a person, because your greatest superpower is that you're you, and no one can be you, and no one can imitate what you do. People can try to copy, but they can never genuinely be you and do things the way you do, think the way you do. So just focus on that. Like, why would you want to copy the mentality and the decisions of like 10, hundreds of other people that think the same way? Like, if you want to be different, you got to think differently, you know? And it is lonely. The road less traveled is the lonelier path, you know, but it's the path to the most growth. It's the path to security, realization, and confidence. And confidence comes in many forms. It can be physical confidence, mental confidence, emotional confidence. It could just be like just high self-esteem of how you regard yourself, your ego. And it's all about, I feel like confidence projected towards other people isn't the right type of confidence, but confidence that you just have within yourself, where nobody can, like, you're kind of like a rock, you're a statue, and nobody can push you. Nobody can change your decisions. Nobody can control the way you think, the way you act, the way you are. Nobody can sway how you are as a being. That's true confidence. Confidence in your decision making. Confidence in that you trust yourself. Maybe that's what true confidence is your trust and your faith within yourself. That you trust yourself so much, and that you trust your decisions, that you just know you'll make the right decision for you, because you are so secure in the person that you are that you know what the right decision is for you. Nobody else knows the right decision for you, the perfect decision, you know? That's why I don't really like taking advice or anything, because like I feel as if it's okay to be guided, you know? And being told that with people who have experience being told certain things about certain things and decisions, because somebody has a little bit more wisdom in it. It's okay to listen to that. But I think you can take it with a grain of salt and listen to these people's stories, listen to these lessons, and learn to apply it in your own way and how it applies to your life. Because what somebody does in their life won't react. The universe doesn't react the same to when you do it, you know, and you're not going to react the same when you get the results of doing what somebody else does. And so that's why I feel like copying and imitation, it can get you started, but it can't finish the race for you. You know, it's more like the life is all about kind of pulling all these ideas and lessons that you've learned from places and people and things and movies and entertainment and stories and books, and kind of cultivating it and fusing it and picking and choosing of how it fits into your life, and it kind of molds how you think. You know, you are your environment that you build around you. So but at the same time, like you are the environment you surround yourself with. But if you are secure with yourself and have faith and trust your gut, you're able to be in any environment and pick and choose like what you think is right for yourself and what is wrong for yourself. You know what I mean? But anyways, off topic a little bit. Actually, no topic, because like I said, I'm not limiting myself to topics anymore. You know what I mean? But pretty much like for me personally, like what I felt like my mistakes were here. Let's like reflect here. What I felt my mistake was I was just trying stuff on YouTube, trying to see what works and trying to see what I like. And I love discussing certain topics, but the difference is what was working was I came up with it on the spot, and I didn't have the idea before talking about it. I was just yapping, and then I looked at it when I was editing and listened to it back, and I was like, you know what? I think this is a good title for the video, blah, 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 change the thumbnail, blah, blah, blah. And then I kind of like got carried away and started seeing it in reverse. Like I started seeing it in the business side of like being an actual like a YouTuber. Like you should have the idea and talk about that only because it's good for the algorithm, blah, blah, blah. And then I realized I'm not creating for the algorithm. I'm not creating for a robot. I'm creating for me. I'm creating for human people. So I'm going to create for that and be more genuine, you know, like pressuring yourself to have like, I'm going to talk about this and this only. And then like, you want to talk about something else, but then you kind of limit yourself because you want to talk about something else, and your brain, your heart desires to talk about that thing, but you're limiting yourself to this topic. So now what you're talking about is kind of ingenuine because you don't even want to talk about that. You want to talk about something else, but you're limiting yourself to that topic that you want to talk about. But you know what I'm saying? Like, example, the first video that I limited myself to talk about was ego. My video about ego, listen to me talk about ego, and I felt like I was spewing a lot of nonsense. You know what I mean? Some of it made sense, but like genuinely, I felt like, me personally, it didn't feel as natural, organic, and genuine as I could have been, or I usually am, because I limited myself to only talk about ego. And so now, instead of letting my mind wander and be creative and just spewing what I'm feeling, I started to limit myself and filter. Okay, what do I know about ego? What do I know about confidence, self-esteem? What do I know about good ego, bad ego, all this, blah, 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 Kanye West. You know what I mean? And so that's what I was doing. And it led me to not posting as much because now, like, I had to think about topics, and then like, I don't really want to talk about this today. And so I wasn't posting as much on YouTube. And so I leaned towards Reels more and my TikToks and my short form. And I've been posting on there every day, every single day. But like, I started neglecting YouTube. And to me, like, obviously it's hard being a creator, posting on multiple different platforms at all times. It almost feels like 2 jobs, 3 jobs, because you're posting on TikTok, you're posting on Reels, you're posting on YouTube, all different types of content, fashion videos, storytelling, podcast videos, talking videos, anything, just yap sessions, vlogs, everything, you know? So it's hard, and I can't blame myself for the difficulty because I chose to eat. You know, I can't complain about the amount of food on my plate when I chose to fucking eat, and eat a buffet at that. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I don't even remember where I was going with that. But yeah. So I started focusing on other things more and kind of neglecting what I actually wanted. And like I said, I really want to build my YouTube channel a lot. I want to build my long form and my big goal is to build community, build a strong cult following, a strong community, you know, and being super secure in myself, being able to lead. You know, I'm a Leo, you know, I'm born leader, natural leader. Just kidding. That's such a Leo thing. But you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like I've always had that leader, like, mentality, that natural instinct in me that I can help people, I can lead people into something, inspiration, you know? And I keep talking about this. I've been talking about this all week, but that John Cena motivational speech on Kai Cenat's stream has really struck a chord with me, man. Like, I don't know what it is, but everything he said in that speech really is resonating with me in every type of way, you know, multiple forms of ways. I'm interpreting it and I'm listening to it, and like, you can take it at face value for what it is and just listen and take the lessons. And out, like I said, like, you are what you surround yourself with, and if you know yourself and you're secure with yourself, you know what to pick and choose and how to apply it to your life, you know. So for anyone who hasn't listened to it, basically he says that John Cena, he says, before I used to think, it's kind of like talking about purpose, basically, the premise. He says, like, the purpose of what I thought my purpose is I was put on this earth to be a WWE star, a wrestler. And then he got into acting. He's like, oh, my purpose is to be an actor, a storyteller. And he's doing more things, and he thinks that's his purpose in life. But really, his purpose is to be a human. Significantly insignificant, a grain of sand on a pale blue dot in the middle of nowhere. I remember that speech like to the T. But pretty much, like, kind of talking about his purpose in life, you know? And I feel like we get so attached to these labels that are put onto us. For me, it's like, you're a videographer, I'm a cinematographer, I was a student, I was a dancer, I was a storyteller, a fashion influencer, fashion icon. You know what I mean? All these things, influencer. I hate the word influencer, content creator, all these labels. But I'm just human. I'm Emson. You know what I mean? That's me. That's the only label that should matter. I'm a human being put on this earth. And you can see life in 2 ways, where that, like, might as well do nothing, because at the end of the day, we're all going to die. And like, I'm just such a small speck of life in this infinite universe, ever growing multiverse of madness. Say that again. But or you can see it as I'm such a speck of dust that whatever I do doesn't matter, and I might as well just live life the way it's supposed to be lived. And I'm put on here for a reason. And like, because if we were all so insignificant, we had no purpose and no reason to be here, then why are we here in the first place? If you think about it. So there has to be a reason why we're here. And whether you spend your whole life finding it, whether you find the purpose within yourself, I think just being human is our mission here and our purpose, and just being, living, and just the human experience. People say that we're humans on a spiritual journey, but really, in my personal opinion, I feel like we're spirits on a human journey, and our purpose is to just live and be a human. Because the biggest blessing that we have is that we're alive, that we're human, and we're here and present, ever present in the now. Time is such a construct. It's like yesterday doesn't exist anymore. 2 minutes ago doesn't exist anymore. 1 second ago doesn't exist anymore. The only thing that matters is the time you're living in now, because the future doesn't exist. Past doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is the millisecond, the nanosecond that you're living at the current moment. One of my favorite movies of all time, Kung Fu Panda, said it the best. It's like, yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. But today is a gift. That is why it's called present. And the one thing I think I took away from John Cena's very motivational speeches, did I earn the sunset? And asking myself if I earned the sunset after a long day. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I had a really productive day, if I had a restful day, I ask myself, did I earn the sunset? And if I do, amazing. I feel fulfilled. But if I don't, it's okay too. Because I'll just work harder to make sure I earn that sunset. With that being said, thank you guys for listening to me talk as background noise, baby. That just felt so good. Oh my God. That felt so much better than limiting myself to one thing to talk about. I just feel like being able to feel like myself and just talk about how I feel. Will this become a daily thing? My goal is for this to become a daily thing and then see it evolve. The fastest way to see something evolve is putting in the reps. Everything is skill, like I said. But anyways, I'm gonna cut it here. I got so much more to talk about, and if I want to keep doing this, I gotta chill out, learn to let you guys crave a little bit more, and learn to give myself a little break and mental reset. But anyways, thank you guys for listening, watching, experiencing this with me, this moment with me, the ever presence and the human journey with me. Thank you, for real, from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my soul, baby. Let's get it. Thank you. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. I love y'all. Talk to you later. Peace.